was lost, but it's me that I found. Brave in this world, I've been facing my demons. No secrets, I started believing myself. Light as a feather, emotional wealth. Trust in my visions, afraid on my dues. Impatience swirling your silver spoon. I can tell that you want me to crack. I'm afraid it'll take more than that. What did you think I would do? I'm just a mirror reflecting the truth. I leave the petty.
Welcome, my friends, to Cuentame USA with Moncho Camano. Yeah, the same guy. I cannot get anybody else. It's gonna be me every week, okay? From now on and forever. So today I'm speaking with Fawna. It's her solo project. She's a singer, songwriter, producer now, I think, and she's from Canada. And she just released her second EP called Volume 2. I think yesterday. It was.
Yes.
I've been paying attention, so I know it was yesterday.
Yes, it was yesterday.
And this is her solo second EP. Her first Volume 1 came in maybe 6 years ago. Could be.
Yeah, it's actually not my second EP. I've done it's my second solo EP.
Solo.
So I've done some collaborative work. By the way, thanks for having me on the show.
Of course.
Yeah. But yeah, Volume 2 is sort of the follow-up from Volume 1. That was my first body of work that I released in 2016. So it's been a minute, but I've released a lot of different singles, and I released an EP with Kobayama in 2019. But it's the first like body of work since like the beginning of my career, basically.
Right.
That's like just me. Well, it's definitely not just me, because I work with a lot of different people on this project, but under like the Fawna name, basically.
Right. I've been listening to a lot of her previous singles and some covers that she did of some great bands that I really love.
Yeah.
Like Nirvana, Soundgarden.
Okay.
You know, she knows what she's
See, I was
doing.
looking for the connection because I see a lot of your guests. You have a lot of like metal bands and rock artists, but like not a lot of people know that like I grew up on like alt rock.
Right.
And like my dad was a bit of a metalhead, so I got a little bit of that from him. And Nirvana was like one of my favorite bands growing up. And I put out the mashup. I did like a mashup cover of a Nirvana song. Is that how you found me?
I don't remember. I never keep track. Sometimes I probably Instagram. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Funny. So I have no idea.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of people ask me, why are you doing so many metal bands and heavy metal, dark wave? It's not that I don't love R&B, because she does a lot of R&B, trip hop. So I love that music also. It's just, I don't know. Once you start it's hard to move from. I don't know what it is. I love every genre of music, so it doesn't matter.
Me too.
Every as long as you like it, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be Argentinian or from Alaska or from Rhodesia. Who knows? As long as you like it, could be anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad it resonated for sure.
Yeah. So you are living in Montreal, in Canada.
Yes.
Beautiful city. I was there not that long ago. Really, I love it. So
I love it here.
Yeah, you're from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Is that right?
I am. Yes, that's where I was born.
You were born over
Born
there.
and raised.
Northeast. Yeah, northeast. Yeah, it's northeast of Canada.
Yes, I've been in Montreal for a little over 10 years.
Yeah.
I came here for school. I went to school to be a videographer, actually.
Right.
And so I sort of, that's my day job. I do a lot of, I also edit like all my own music videos and stuff. So
Right.
it does find its way into my project a lot. But yeah, I came to Montreal originally to transfer art schools, basically from NASCAD to Concordia,
right.
and completed my BFA in intermedia cyber arts. But also the art scene here, the music scene here is just a lot more like vibrant. there's just a lot more going on, and
Right.
um, that's basically why I stayed. I stayed here because the music scene has been really supportive of my career, like,
Hmm.
from the beginning to now. And yeah, it's just a great city for artists for
But
sure.
but it's been a long way for you. I mean, you're still young, but you went through so many different, I don't know, good things, bad things, obstacles. You have to clear all
Hmm.
of them. It's
It's
been
been a
a
journey for sure.
Yeah. If you had to boil it down to a matter of like making it, it's been like making favorable decisions or detrimental or negative for you. I mean, how do you put it in a balance so far? Like, is it being for you? Were you making the right decisions eh, more than the
Oh
wrong?
boy. Well, let's just say I learned the hard way for
Mm,
sure,
mm,
as a lot of us do. I mean, I came to the city like knowing a couple friends, but for the most part, I came here alone,
mm,
and kind of left my family like back in Nova Scotia, still
right.
close with my family back there, but yeah, I kind of jumped in head first, and definitely made some mistakes, and like I didn't have like the easiest like upbringing
Upbringing.
either, so
Mm,
it took me a while to really find my way and find the right people to surround
mm,
myself with, and like really find my confidence as an artist and like as a person.
mm, mm,
I think anybody that's like gone through things, it takes time to shed those layers and
right.
you know learn from those mistakes. And
So your
I feel like
personality has changed since your beginnings, right? Your priorities
uh
have changed over time.
yeah, well, I'd say I'm definitely a little wiser now than I was 10 years ago when I first came
Right.
here. I'm a lot more discerning about
Mm,
who I work with, and I think you have to be. I
mm,
think it's easy to get taken advantage of, like as an independent, like female artist.
mm,
You have to, weigh out all the options and
mm,
use your intuition. And I think it took me a while to really start trusting my intuition.
mm.
But we've come a long way for sure. Definitely
Yeah.
have come a long way from the beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine like when you were a young kid or teenager, you were like a sponge, like absorbing all the whole
Oh yeah.
variety of rhythm,
I
music
still am.
genres. Yeah.
Still, definitely, I would consider myself an energy sponge, and
Mm,
always was very sensitive growing up. So,
mm.
yes,
So
sponge is the right word.
would you say that since you arrived in Montreal, that time period is being very productive if you compare to the time where you were in Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia, or
Yeah, I mean, they all were like formative years. I think they all had their place and relevance, like in my
mm,
story, like
mm,
a lot of those mistakes I had to make so that, I could move different at this stage in my career. And,
mm,
like I did start off naive and I did like, you know, um, not always trust the right people, but I
right,
think going through like those experiences and, being burned by certain people, being let down,
mm,
really, led me to like the right people,
hmm,
um, and really building my team and my like community and my friend group. And, because I have a family here in Montreal, like a chosen family for sure.
right,
And
mm,
yeah, so I would say I've definitely made some strides over the last few years, but they were all like valuable and
mm,
what got me to this point for sure.
right, right. I see. I notice your music is very. I feel very sentimental with your music. It's very touching. I think your
Yeah, it's
songs,
very personal.
yeah, there are songs that are full, a range of, I guess, grief and healing at the same time. Uh,
Mhm.
you're like
Yeah.
trying to navigate life challenges. You
Yeah, well, yeah, I lost my parents like as a teenager, like pretty young.
right.
You know,
Hmm.
and like my dad passed when I was 17 suddenly,
Hmm.
and then my mom passed suddenly when I was 19.
Hmm.
So that definitely forced me to grow up like pretty quickly. And
Hmm.
yeah, so there was a lot of grief to process. And I think
Hmm.
volume one was definitely more, I would say, heavily focused on like processing grief, around my parents and stuff.
Hmm.
And it was more, yeah, I was really trying to figure out like who I was and, where I stood with all of that. And I feel like volume two, I think there's always like a little like tinge of existentialism that I carry with me sometimes that
Hmm.
sometimes I explore through my lyrics, but I think at the core of it, a big, you know, uh, meaning that I often explore is, finding, beauty in the light and the dark,
Hmm.
and, I see music as like, alchemy. Like it's really like
Right.
making something beautiful out of something
Hmm.
bad, that happened. And yeah, I feel like a lot of my songs are just a reflection of me like, processing these experiences that I'm
Right.
going through and stuff. And I think volume two was coming from a more empowered place. Like I'm still talking about my experiences, but
Right.
yeah, I think this EP was a little more focused on relationships, not just romantic, like different people that have passed through my life that,
Right.
either I've worked with or, that I was friends with that, you know, um, pride on my insecurities, and
Hmm.
I think a big part of this EP was like reclaiming my power and kind of it was kind of a clap back. There was a couple
Right.
songs that were kind of a clap back to, people that have burned me. So yeah, there was a little more feistiness with this one. There was a little
Yeah.
more
Yeah. It seems to me like your lyrics are digging. They're digging into more from the wounded side, I guess, and the well, the healing side, both sides, I guess, from the wounded and the healed,
yeah,
right?
well the only way is through, right? I feel like
Right.
a lot of artists, who draw from personal experiences, it's like you have to go to, those dark places to really be able to heal them and like let
Right.
them go. And this has always been my way of doing that, of processing my grief, of,
Yeah.
really finding my confidence is really like confronting, like the grief and like the
Hmm.
pain and the insecurities like within me,
Yeah.
um, and finding, myself on the other side of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
When I listen to your songs, the first thing I go, I don't, I didn't listen to the lyrics, more like to the, the upbeat and especially, the music itself, a little
Hmm.
trip hop, a little electronica, R&B, soul music. I didn't pay attention the first time. Then I started
Mm.
paying attention. I wasn't expecting the lyrics to be like that, Just
Yeah.
that's that's when it caught more my attention, the lyrics.
Well, I'm glad they stuck out for you for sure.
Yeah,
That
it
means
did.
that means they're working. The
I
message is
mean,
getting through.
you could sing these same lyrics with any music genre if you think about it.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Genres is irrelevant when it comes to
yeah.
making art and channeling, your experiences for sure.
Yeah, it's in one of these songs in this EP. You were the producer for the first time, right? In one song.
Yeah, EP was my production debut.
Yeah.
Um, I
Energy.
still consider myself like a beginner for
Mm.
sure. I'm still learning. I'm still developing, but it's the first time I had enough confidence to put out my own production, whereas
Mm-hmm.
usually I work with producers,
Right.
in different ways, but it's the first track that I put out with my own production. Yeah.
Right. And like we said, it just came out yesterday. Are you feeling more relaxed than yesterday today?
Oh yeah. Big time. No, it's been a long time coming. This collection of songs. It spans over like the last 3 years. I've been sitting on a lot of these songs
Mm,
for a while, so
yeah,
it's surreal. It feels good to finally release them into the universe. I
yeah.
don't know what to do with myself right now. I'm like, shouldn't I be like, preparing for yeah.
Yeah,
So it hasn't quite hit me yet, but it definitely is
yeah,
sinking in, and it's nice to get some good
yeah,
feedback for sure.
yeah. I listened to a couple songs that you had previously that you released, Nola,
Hmm.
Energy. But the other songs, I didn't have that much time. I listened to maybe probably three times to your EP with the six
Hmm.
songs. And, I have more, because I listened to Nola and Energy, they were more catchy for me. But then when I listened to
Hmm.
Hawk,
Hmm.
that one I really enjoyed also. So I still have to listen to it, more than a couple times, you
Yeah.
know. So what two of those songs, Nola and Fields, uh they are like featuring some
Yeah.
EDM music producer, Aero
Erosin,
Sim. Where is he from?
yes. He's originally from Toronto,
Oh,
but
okay.
he's been in Montreal now for a few years, and he's actually my partner.
Oh, he is. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and
So
yeah,
how did you
it was our
meet? How
first
did you meet?
collaboration as
You
well.
met her in Montreal, or you knew him previously?
We met in Montreal
Okay.
about 2 years ago at a
Mm.
Halloween party at emo night, actually.
Oh, really? That's,
Funny enough, yeah, we
yeah.
both love our emo nights for sure every
Uh,
once in a while. But he was
right.
dressed as a big angel, and I was a
Okay.
cyborg, and yeah, it was all over then. But yeah, no, I've worked with Erosin on Nola, on Feels.
Right.
Kobayama produced Nola.
Okay. I
Um,
was gonna ask you about Korea. Is he from New York? I'm like a little.
he's in LA.
He's in
I think
LA.
he's originally from Brooklyn,
Yeah,
but
Brooklyn, New York.
he's
Yeah.
yeah, but he's
Okay.
he's based in LA right now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you work with him.
Um,
Yeah.
I did, yeah, and I released my second EP with him.
Mm.
In 2019, we did a collab EP called Clear.
Right.
Um, And yeah, we also, well, me and Erosin, we collaborated on the production on Feels originally, actually.
Hmm.
So we built that beat together, and then we ended up handing it over to producer Sung, who's a Montreal
Right.
producer. We just wanted him to, put his own flavor on it, polish it up, and
Right.
yeah, there's a couple elements we wanted to keep from our production, but we pretty much just gave him like creative
Yeah.
reign, and yeah, no,
Yeah. Like.
we're happy with that,
Yeah.
how it turned out.
Mm. Yeah, for you, like collaborating with all these musicians and artists plays a major part in your musical career. Seems like.
Hmm.
Also, what's the phrase is the other? Yeah, the other. You sang with Hemenberry, even live. I think I saw you singing, and she.
Yeah, no, we've gone on tour together
Yeah, on
like
tour.
a few
Yeah.
times. We've released some stuff together.
Right.
We're definitely more focused on our solo careers at the moment.
Mm,
But yeah, we've done a lot of different stuff together for sure.
mm. Do you do a lot of your recordings at home? Do you have like a little studio at home?
I do. We're actually sitting in it right now.
Okay,
It's
because
a
I see
little
some stuff.
disheveled, but
Yeah.
I just moved into this space in July, so
Yeah.
we're still
Mm,
getting it all together. But yeah, this volume two was recorded in this very room, most of it actually,
mm,
and in my last apartment. But
mm.
yeah, it's all home studio
Right. So
recording.
what's your instrument of choice when composing a song and writing down your lyrics? Is there a
I would say it almost always starts with my voice.
mm,
There are times when I'll be like, experimenting with production, and, I'll just find like a chord progression that I like.
mm,
Um, I play the keys, like I have like a little mini keyboard.
Right.
So I would say right now that's like my main
Mm.
um way that I write songs, but I also play the guitar.
Right.
Um Less so now, but I'm trying to pick it up a little more. I used to be in like a folk rock blues band like straight out of high school and
Right.
was a little more on the like folky soul side.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, I definitely I know how to play.
Right.
But yeah.
So,
Usually I start songs like yeah,
so,
either with my voice or on keys.
okay. So, but if they send you like a beat or a groove, or a
Yeah, that
melody,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of 4 out of 6 songs on volume 2 were actually beats that Kobayama had sent me
Okay.
uh, at various points over the last few years. But um, yeah, often what happens with that is, he would send me like a batch of, beats, and then
Hmm.
I would go through, and then if one resonated with me, if I could hear lyrics on them, or usually I'll know right away if I can write
Right.
something over a beat. And then from there, we would rework, the instrumental to kind of work around my vocals. So we would sort of rework it after the fact and,
So
add more.
yeah, can we say that you're a lot flexible? Is you are easy to adapt to their approach sometimes? To
For
their
sure.
methods
Yeah.
of composing is like for you, you really have the patience to work with them, right?
Yeah, I would say every collab is different.
Mm.
I think everybody has a different way of working, and I definitely prefer to work with someone that trusts my creative
Hmm.
sensibilities.
Right.
I don't especially like working with people that, I come up with an idea, or I send them over,
Mm.
a recording of my vocals and stuff, and they pick it
Hmm.
apart and they want me to, like I'm always open to criticism, always open to feedback. It is about the music at the end of the
Hmm.
day for me, and like not about whose idea is the best idea.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think it's a balance. I think it's making sure that yeah, you're in it for the right reasons.
Hmm.
And but yeah, it was always super easy working with Koriyama. Not
Right.
every collab has been as easy as that one, but I would
Hmm.
say overall, like I definitely enjoy working with producers, and
Hmm.
I don't normally like to write to music that I don't connect to, so it's
Right.
rare that I would take on a project or work with somebody that I didn't already kind of have that flow with, or that,
Hmm.
I guess like comfort level with, or trust. So that's
Hmm.
important for sure
Hmm.
for me to make good music.
Right. Do you I don't know, imagine that do you go back to your early writings? Do you have like I don't know, like some I feel like sometimes going back to the early writings is like opening a diary.
Yeah,
It- I guess it recalls you where you were at that time, or like a
for sure.
snapshot, yeah, of that period.
Yeah, I mean, definitely I consider myself like a bit of a perfectionist. So I am my like worst critic.
Mm.
So, there's definitely some lyrics from the past. I'll be like, I
Yeah.
could have chose different words, but
Right.
also it's also a snapshot of me during that time, right?
Right.
And I
Right.
think there's definitely been an evolution of my songwriting. Like I think when I first started, a lot of the time it was just stream of consciousness, like
Mm.
writing. Like I didn't always know what I was like writing about, and I still try to approach songs that way. Like sometimes I'll have an idea, but
Mm.
sometimes I'll find out like later, like what the song's about. Like I'll start writing and I'll be like, okay, this
Right.
is this is what the song's about now. Okay, this
Right.
is what's coming through. So I don't always know what a song's going to be about.
Right.
And yeah, but it varies. I feel like now I approach songwriting with like a little more intention, at least like in the refinement stage. Um,
Is there like a struggle or competition between the music person and the real person that you are?
What do you mean?
Like,
The
like when
like
you
who,
write, are you completely honest with what you put down on paper? Like, are
or do
you,
I hold back?
or you
Is that
hold
what you're
back things?
saying?
Yeah, you hold back to things that you still don't want to talk about, or you're never gonna talk about.
Um, I don't know. I think I definitely don't I definitely don't leave any territory like, uncovered
Hmm.
or covered. I like to explore all avenues. Like there really is no boundaries for
Right,
me as to like what I can write about. I try to stay away from being like too specific. Like I still like to
right.
keep,
Yeah,
I still like to keep it somewhat ambiguous,
right.
while still kind of talking about like the
Yeah,
experience,
yeah.
not so much like who did it or,
Right, because
like
yeah, when I listen to your songs, that they're not direct to a person. It seems like it's direct to a group of people, maybe not directly to just one
yeah,
person, right?
a lot of the time that's what it is, it was you know, like NOLA definitely is not about one person. NOLA is a series of people, that have like passed in and out of my life that, either burned me or contributed to,
Mm,
like certain insecurities and, so yeah, it's like one song isn't necessarily like pointing to one individual because
right.
yeah, I think people that I have had to like let go of, there were common themes for sure.
Would they like any of them or some person or friend or old friends of yours? They say, "Is this uh, song? Is it about me or about?" Would they say that or no?
No one's confronted me yet. I mean, I'm happy to address anything if anyone's unsure, but yeah, no, I think I hope ultimately like the message and the meaning is what rings through, I'm not
Right.
trying to throw anyone under the bus or, it's like I write my songs for me. I'm not, writing them to um, like talk shit about anybody or it really is like, just my truth, and
Right.
like my experience of certain
Yeah.
things and what I had to do to kind of
Yeah.
process that and, overcome it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess you want to make your music, what do they call it? Marketable, but you want to be truthful to your music also at the same time, right? Like,
For sure, for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
I would
Uh,
say so.
yeah. So I've been listening to that. Like I said, it's been a while. I think I probably, I don't know, a couple months ago, the first time I ever listened to Fawna. Your name is
Oh,
Gina.
really?
Gina, right? Gina is your name.
Jenna,
Jenna. You see, my
close.
yeah, you know what happens. Yeah, it's my British accent screws everything up.
I've been called a couple different names, so it's
Gina.
it's no worries.
Probably Gina is a punk rocker. I don't know. But yeah, maybe a couple months ago. That's the first time I ever listened to any of your songs. I don't know. It caught my
Of
attention
course,
because,
it's
like I said, it's been a while since I haven't interviewed any R&B singers. Maybe in years already, maybe a couple years. So I
wow, I'm
felt,
honored.
yeah, I felt good. I felt really good when I sent her a invite to see if she wanted to do an interview because I was like, I want to do something different, something that I really enjoy, but I haven't done yet since. So I'm really glad that I talked to you, and it kept me out of other music genres. Just listening to her music for the last week, and
Nice.
yesterday I listened to her EP Volume 2. So for me, it's a great album. I will suggest my viewers to
Thank
take a
you.
look. Go to uh, SoundCloud, Apple
SoundCloud,
Music,
Spotify,
you know,
iTunes,
iTunes,
all
everywhere.
platforms, YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, you can see some of her videos. Um, is there a special videographer that you utilize to do videos, or does whatever you have at hand at that moment?
I've worked with a couple different people.
Mm.
Yeah, for Nola, it was Grace. She's from BC. She's a DOP, and my friend Tabit. A lot of them are friends of mine that just happen to be
Right.
videographers. I am a video editor, so
Right, because you do that, yeah.
a lot of them are friends of mine, right? And yeah, we've got Energy was shot by a friend of a friend, Volcano Media, and that's actually coming out November 28th.
Oh,
The Energy music video.
in 5 days, more or less. Yeah, that would be
Very
good.
soon, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
Is it
excited to
already,
drop
is it
that
done?
one.
Is it done already? Or you still have to do
It
some?
is.
It is.
It's finished.
It's finished.
Yes.
So I'll keep an eye on
We're just
that.
waiting for the right moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, next step is the Energy music video. We're going to be releasing that. I actually edited Nola myself. I was a video editor
Oh,
on
really?
that.
Hmm.
But I actually handed it over for the Energy video for once because I needed a break. It's hard editing your own music videos. Like
Right.
it's
I,
fun, but it's
I guess
also
because you
it
do that
can.
for a living, you do all that stuff and you have to do it for you and I don't know.
Well, that's the
Or maybe
life
it's
of
because you need
an
another
independent
point of view.
artist.
You need like another point of view of doing things.
Yeah, well, usually I will like still call on my friends and ask people for,
Hmm.
their review, I guess. It doesn't always end with me. I definitely like still ask advice from other editors to look at it and but this time I decided to let go of the reins and let someone else do it for once.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was listening to their EP this today in my car with my wife. I told her, listen to this EP and tell me which song you like the most. So I put it, it was a long drive. So we had plenty of time to go back to some of them, go back.
Hmm.
So should I tell you which one she likes the most?
I
That's
would
so
love to
different.
know which
You
one
know,
she liked.
she likes Nola the most.
Really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. But
It is probably one of the more uplifting ones, I
yeah,
would say.
I guess that was the reason. I don't know because I don't know. I like this position. It's more mellow, sometimes more down tempo. But I don't know. I like all of them. I
This
could say,
position's your favorite, is it?
yeah. I don't know. Right
Cool,
now it
cool.
is. So
That's awesome. Good
yeah,
to
so
know.
yeah, so yeah. You guys take a look. Listen to the album. Let me know which one you like the most. If you don't like any, don't.
Get lost. Move along.
Yeah, move along. Go listen to some other garbage.
I don't have to be everybody's cup of tea. That's okay.
Right. So it's impossible. You gotta like one of them at least. Then
I
there's
would hope
something
so.
something wrong with you. Then don't even listen to music. Just
I would hope there's something for everyone, for
yeah. I
sure.
think there is. For me, it, they're all good. So
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
really enjoy it. So what are your plans for 20? Well, you almost finished. Well, the year is almost over. All these holidays and stuff. I don't even know. Canada, do they have that? No, they don't have Thanksgiving, do they? They have Thanksgiving the
Yeah, yeah. We have
day?
Thanksgiving. Yeah,
Do
we
you?
do. We do.
Are you a
We haven't,
vegetarian?
I'm afraid not. No.
So you're
I
gonna
do.
eat the
I do.
turkey? You eat turkey? No.
I'm gonna eat that turkey for
You're
sure.
gonna eat it? Okay.
Well, for Christmas dinner, most likely, I'll be going home for
You
to
going back
see to
to
see my
to
family.
Halifax?
Yeah,
Halifax?
I try to make it home once or twice a year
That's
to
cool.
see everyone. But yeah, looking forward to some downtime over the next month or so, and then
Hmm.
I would say I'm going to be back into creation mode pretty soon. I've got some new music coming out.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
I actually released a collab with an artist named Cola. He's also a Montreal producer. He actually dropped his EP the same day I dropped my
Oh,
EP.
really? What's his
Um,
name? You said? What was his name?
Cola,
Cola with K?
uh, Kola. Yeah.
Cola.
And he
Okay.
just dropped an EP, Balance and Peace. And yeah, I'm on one of the tracks. We just
Oh, I'll check
released
it out.
that.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's a lot more upbeat than my stuff. It's a
Hmm.
yeah, it definitely is like more inspired by like Kate and more like danceable kind of R&B.
Mm,
But yeah, I've also got some songs that I'm working on with a couple EDM producers.
okay.
Because I also have like I performed at Future Forest this past summer. They're like an EDM festival
Oh, right. Yeah.
in New Brunswick, and
I read that.
yeah, I've
Yeah.
been trying to tailor some of my live sets to, like a electronic music setting. Like I still kind of do stripped back,
Mm.
like R&B, more like slowed down versions, but I also um, do like EDM versions of my songs as well.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That sounds cool.
so yeah, I've been working with a couple different producers. So I'll be releasing some new singles, like a couple new singles in the new year, and
Mm.
working on the next EP. And I'm hoping by this spring, we're planning for a spring tour.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So what's
yeah.
the most favorite part of favorite part of performing live for you? What do you enjoy the
Um,
most?
I would say just connecting with people, really
Mm,
like sharing, like just the act of sharing my art and
mm,
myself. Um, there's just something magical about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Um,
I guess music
it's like
means
a
more.
release.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a slower year in terms of,
Mm,
playing, because this year was really about tying up loose ends and
mm,
really pulling this EP together.
yeah.
But really looking forward to getting back out there and
Cool.
touring with this new EP. And yeah,
Mm.
so I'm definitely
Yeah.
looking.
When you're on stage, do you feel brave, like fearless and confident, or you're more like just
Honestly,
yeah,
if I'm being honest, I always have anxiety before a
yeah.
show, but I feel like as soon as I step on stage, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is fun. That's often how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I definitely psych myself out sometimes, but once I
Mm,
like get on stage, I have a lot of fun and it
mm,
becomes easy for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Do you do any vocal warm-ups before going on stage? Do you do
Oh
anything?
yeah,
Yeah.
always got to warm up the vocals for sure, and got to have my
Yeah.
tea, my lemon tea with the
Oh,
honey.
lemon too. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
gotta have
seem
it.
like you are in good you do a lot of exercise. You got I don't know. You look good health. You don't
Thanks.
look like you could move around the stage with no problems. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Well, I'm glad I give off that aura, but I wouldn't say I'm
yeah,
like into sports or anything like that. But
right.
I love to dance for sure. I'm about
Yeah.
to
I see you. I see some of your videos live. Yeah.
yeah, I try to keep things moving. I'm not like super active, but yeah, I try
Yeah.
to stay healthy for
When you're on
sure.
stage, it's like your daily life disappears, right?
For sure,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Everything kind of
Yeah. Same thing
falls away
for the
and
audience is the same thing. They forget about their own daily lives. If they enjoy the
yeah,
show, if they don't enjoy the show, then they'll, you know,
then I didn't do my job right. So,
or maybe you got the wrong
or
audience.
like I just got the
They
wrong
went to
audience.
the wrong show. They said, "Oh, I thought she was gonna make." No, this is different. I was, you know. But music means more around people. That's for sure. You know, for the
For sure. And I think if you put your heart into it, I think if, you focus more on, just like being present and really feeling the music, rather than trying to be cool or look good or,
Mm.
I think people will always sense that. It's like if you're trying to like put on a
Yeah,
facade, then
yeah,
people are going to feel that if like you're singing from the heart, if you're singing words that like come from a real place, then I think that's going to transfer through, that's going to carry
mm,
over.
yeah,
um
yeah. You
yeah,
look to me like a more natural look, like you know, very natural way of
I try to keep it real.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I want to remind my viewers to go to check her out. fawnamusic.com. I think that's your website where you can,
It is. Yes.
yeah, from there you can click on other things. There's some nice, cool photos, I think, over there. So,
Yeah, you can find everything there. I've got all my links.
yeah,
I've yeah, everything's pretty much consolidated there, and all
cool.
my platforms and stuff like this. You can
Yeah,
find me. Just
I
look
hope
me up
you.
and you'll find me.
Oh, it's easy, you know. Uh, yeah, if you type fauna, there's a couple other things that show up. I was thinking more like the wild, but I don't know. Fauna means something with deers. I don't know. I don't know what it means. Something.
Yeah, well, fauna is sort of, I feel like growing up, I feel like the deer was always like my spirit animal.
Okay.
And I grew up in like rural Nova Scotia. Like I'm
Okay.
in the city now and I'm definitely like a city girl now, but like
Right.
I my childhood was like in the woods. So I feel like, living in sort of this concrete jungle, and
Yeah.
Fauna was born when I moved to Montreal.
Okay.
Um, I feel like I wanted to bring, sort of like the natural world, and I tie like spirituality in with that too, and really just like that was like my roots,
Hmm.
it sort of was like um the image and the feeling that yeah, those are my roots and I want to take that with me, and also it's sort of an ode to my mother as well. Her
Mm-hmm.
name was Shauna.
Oh, okay.
Um, and that's why I have the W instead of the
Oh,
the U,
okay. Oh,
because that's how
okay.
she spelled her name, SHWNA. So yeah, so I sort of combine those ideas,
That sounds
and
very cool.
yeah,
I see that you have some tattoos. Are they anything related to your mother or your family in general, or no? Nothing to do with
yeah,
that.
yeah. I have
Yeah.
I have lots of those. My first tattoo ever was actually a portrait of my mom when I was
Okay.
19,
Hmm.
and recently had it redone, and got this one with my
Oh.
brother, my half brother.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah.
there's lots.
Do you keep a lot of stuff from when you were a teenager, or you just got rid of it, or you just keep them, you bring them with you all the time, or there is nothing
Um,
from that time?
I'm very sentimental.
Yeah.
So I kept a journal from when I was like, oh God, I have journals from like 6 years old to now.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh.
yeah, so I'm a little bit of a yeah, I'm very sentimental. It definitely takes me a little bit longer to get rid of things.
But do you know where
So
everything is right now? Do you know where everything is? So it's in some box
for the
somewhere. I
most
don't know.
part, I try to keep the chaos organized, at least
Right.
contained.
Yeah.
So we're getting a little better at that. But yeah, I would say I'm very sentimental.
I'm
I
happy.
definitely
I'm
keep.
very happy for you that you keep all that because I remember when I was a teenager, I used to write a lot of stuff and in little notebooks and stuff, and I got rid of them. I don't want anything
Mm,
to do with that anymore. And then when I grew older, I was like, oh, I wish I had those and go back and see what I wrote. So I don't remember what
yeah.
I wrote anymore, So too
Well, I
late.
definitely got rid of some stuff. Not all of it was
Yeah.
worth taking with me for sure. During my more emo days.
Do you
There's a
have
lot of
any
emo
brothers and
poems.
sisters? Do you have any brothers or sisters, or
I
you're the
do.
only
I
one?
have I have three half brothers.
Okay.
I'm the only child between my parents, but
Okay.
my dad had two younger sons, and my mother also had a son.
Are
Um,
they into music? Or
they are,
they are?
yes, yes,
That,
all three of them are different tastes.
mm,
But yeah, I would say, I had like my dad was a big influence on my music taste, and
mm,
I think that definitely got carried over. They didn't
mm,
get to have him in their lives for as long as I did.
right.
Like my youngest brothers on my dad's side, like um, you know, my my second youngest, he was only like 5 when my dad passed, and
Oh, okay.
my youngest, he wasn't even born yet. My stepmom was pregnant with him,
Right.
so
Hmm.
they didn't fully get to know my dad, but I think, he left a lot of music behind, all his CD collections
Really?
and
Hmm.
you know, and yeah, and I think I definitely still feel close to him through like his music, you know, and I
Right.
think that definitely is carried down, and
Yes,
yeah.
I
So
understand. It makes sense to me.
that's how we stay connected to him. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah, I'm like I grew up with my grandparents, so I kept a lot of books my grandfather used to read a long, long time ago. And every time
Hmm.
I keep them, every time I open them, it's like I'm with him, you know, and try to read them.
Yeah,
So makes
no,
sense.
for sure. I think
Yeah,
it's important to keep certain mementos, and
yeah. Hmm.
yeah, I mean, he was, you know, a big part of my music education growing up.
Mm.
So you got to give credit where it's due, and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. So it's really cool. I really appreciate your time talking to me. You know,
thanks
I
for
don't
having me.
deserve it. I don't deserve
You
these
ask great
people at all.
questions.
I don't deserve them because I screw up all the time. I don't know. I try, but you know, like I always say, don't pay attention to what I say. Just pay attention to what the artists say because
You're
they have,
doing great. You're doing great. I
you know,
appreciate your relaxed
yeah.
demeanor for sure.
I I really thank you for your time, especially on a Saturday. 7:48. She probably has a lot of things to do besides talking to me.
Nah, the
Has to
night is
worry.
young.
She has to worry about other things. Hmm.
I'm happy to be here.
But music is very important for her. So I wish her all the best and her musical career. But the personal life is very important because while she makes music, life keeps moving.
That's
Besides
it. Yeah.
music. So time doesn't wait for her to finish an album. It just keeps moving.
Yeah. Truly, truly, yeah. Um, Life has definitely thrown me some curveballs,
Right,
especially during the course of this project, for sure.
right.
Like I lost my grandmother in
Oh,
August. We were
oh.
super close, so I feel
Hmm.
like I've been tested in many ways, you know, by the universe.
Right,
But like you said, you know, time doesn't wait for anyone. You know, life
right.
life happens, and
Yeah.
you know, you either let it take you down, or you know, you just
I
keep
just hope,
moving.
I miss a lot of people when they pass away, family, friends. I just hope when I pass away, some people remember me for something. It
Well,
doesn't
you've got
matter
all
what.
these interviews. You've
Yeah,
got all these interviews,
yeah.
right?
They can watch my interviews and say, this guy had nothing better to do, I guess.
It's a pretty good use of time, I would say. I'm
I
sure
think
he's.
so. I could walk my. Do you have any pets? You have?
I do.
Oh,
I
you do.
do.
Okay.
I have a lizard actually. He's
Oh, you do
behind.
have a list on the. Oh, I see. I
He's
see
in the
the tank.
tank.
The
Yeah,
tank. Yeah.
he's a blue-tongued skink,
Oh,
and
okay.
I have a cat. I have
Oh, you got.
my cat.
Oh, that's
He's my
cool.
son. So
I
we're
always
very
a- I,
attached.
I always ask if they know that you are a rock star, a music star, or R&B star. That they don't know that yet. They don't know, right? That you are a music artist.
Oh, wow.
You
I
think
wouldn't call
they
myself a
know?
rock star just yet, but you know.
Yeah. I just hope you come down to the US someday and it will be nice to
Yes.
meet you, you know?
Likewise, yeah, I'm definitely hoping to cross the borders at some point, and yeah, see
Right.
some of my American friends out there. It's definitely on the bucket list to hit up uh,
Right.
New York, LA. Um, so
Right.
I'll definitely make it known if I do end up uh, uh,
Yeah.
coming your way
I
for
have to
sure.
go back to Canada because I really enjoyed it when I went to Montreal, Quebec. I really enjoyed that time. And not in the winter
Yeah,
time. No, I didn't go in the winter time. But
it's very cold right now.
yeah,
It's very
well,
cold, but summer is pretty great for sure.
yeah. So who knows? Thank you very much, Fawna. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for accepting the interview and for the opportunity to talk to you because it was fun. I will keep, an eye on your career and see what comes next. And
Oh, thank you for having me.
my viewers check her out. Volume 2. Then you can listen to Volume 1 to all those singles that she put out and she's gonna be putting out. And you know, what else can I say?
Yeah, no, thank
Enjoy
you.
her music, right? Thanks so
Yes,
much.
please.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good luck with your
Take
EP.
care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you guys next week. Nothing better than this, but you can still watch the next one. All right? Thanks.